Indonesia serba merah. Kalau Brunei Darussalam, kuning putih menjadi pilihan mereka. Pertama untuk kedua pasukan. Mas melihat kesukaran yang diraih pasukan negara sebentar dari Indonesia sendiri tampil dengan lebih bersemangat untuk mencari kemenangan. Situasi ini Indonesia dan turun
udah 3 kok. Salah. PP nih, salah PP nih, salah PP nih. PP ku salah PP ku. Ini ya. Ini tuh.
Diselamatkan di situ oleh Jangan.
Ini ya Allah. Kurang. Ya oke. Cirebon.
Untuk mencetak jaminan di Gelora Bung Karno oleh Akbar Andari sentuhan yang cukup
Kelas.
sudah cukup untuk memaknikan langkah Croatia. Jaya pertama Indonesia. Main yang beraksi bersama Bali United Indonesia. Dia memastikan 2 menit awal sudah ada perbezaan. Ini serangan pertama dari Brunei. Doakan betul Benari.
Rasih.
Serangan panas saja. Benar-benar Jangan merupakan kali kedua dia bertindak seperti itu.
Ciro lupa.
Bukan angkaran yang cukup kualiti. Satu penyudah yang benar-benar dimaklukan. Sekali lagi mereka bergerak kali ini sebelah kiri pula. Sedikit lewat. Ada Rahmat Arjuna Reski. Ini akan pantas juga daripada Ali Munawar untuk alam pergerakan itu.
Dan kelas. Tapi ini kurang sih. Kelas. Welcome. Kita. Welcome.
di bagian tengah. Dipersalahkan situ. Ryan.
Cek benar.
Ada pesan grup WhatsApp.
Sekian terus sih. Data Indonesia, bro. Ketok. Ketok. Pantau ya, apa? Dua kosong tiba-tiba. Tiba-tiba kok 2-0 anjing. Ya perlawanan banget. Iso sih. Gol kagak iso sih nganu sih. Apa? Ngebutin sini aja Revan. Dan dikit oleh.
So Indonesia 2 up, and yet the
Bukan
Finlanders
enak,
start to many
mau
more goals to
ngobrol.
come. Akran Fikri really controlling things in the middle of the park, the number 10 for Indonesia. And here we go again, Indonesia with Robbie Darwis on the right wing.
Kelas Robi.
Whether that was meant to be a
Kelas
cross
Robi.
or a shot, but nevertheless,
Cari
it
gol
was
sebanyak-banyaknya, Jay.
by Brunei's keeper.
Jay.
I think we're going to hear Darwis coming down the right wing. And it has gone out for a corner, Indonesia's first corner of the match, to be taken by
Wow.
Akran Fikri. Played to the near man and cleared away by Abdullah Hafi bin Ham, the captain for Brunei Darussalam. But again, Indonesia just take possession back as they've been doing for the opening 10 minutes so far, and it has been all the home side as
Cahyo Suryadi.
was expected. Here is Ferrari
4-4-3.
once again, starting the new Indonesian Super League campaign with a new team in the
Dia
shape
bude.
of Banyangkara Pesisi.
Katanya ngetok-ngetok terus ya.
Knocked out to the left wing this time, Donny Tri Pamangas running forward. Indonesia on the charge. Pamangas with the overlap, but decent defending there by the Brunei defender, number 5, Muhammad Rafiq Danish Muhammad Hassim Gulabdillah. So another corner for Indonesia. They didn't quite take advantage of the first one. Let's see if this second set piece is more effective. Keep an eye out for the big man there, Jens Raven and Brandon Marcel Schuderman, the number 18 centre back as well. They will be the targets for this one, and it is Schuderman who it goes to, unable to get his head on it, but it's worked.
Kelas.
And a bit of an opportunistic shot there from the edge of the area by the number 11 Ramad Adjuna.
Kelas.
Indonesia really on top so far. This 4-3-3 formation from Indonesia really don't
Ada
put
pesan
pressure
grup WhatsApp 1.
on these four in the midfield of Brunei Darussalam. They just seem to have many more players when it comes to the attacking stages. Even now you can see 5 Indonesian players, now 6 Indonesian players in the opposition half. This is Ramad Arjuna Reski, the number 11.
Marak rame, yang dalam ini. Marak rame.
Look at that, at this point they really only have one defender in their own half. Indonesia, they are going all-out attack. And why not? Because Brunei Darussalam are offering very little in attack themselves. They're not really having a lot of defenders back. There's nothing to really defend. The number 8, Mohamed Raihan Hanan, back to his defender, Robbie Darwis.
Ini dia lagi.
And Indonesia just work ball so well. It's a bit of a training match so far.
Siman. Guys.
One over the top there, but Brunei's defense more than equal to it. But Indonesia had the ball again. It's Sharif on the right.
Kelas.
Ryan Hanan queuing up Jens Raven, who could have had a hat-trick within 13 minutes, but that one just off target. Raven's only had 3 shots so far. 2 of them have resulted in goals, but this one just wide of the mark. Perhaps should have been 3 there for Raven. Although you do get the impression that he'll have many more chances over the course of the game. Indonesia could have had this match sealed up within 13 minutes. There is Raven again, he's the target man, he's holding up the ball and allowing the midfielders to press on. He's asking for the ball, but that's a rather wild shot by Arjuna Reski.
Arjuna?
Raven was asking for the ball to be passed back to him. But Reski, seeing that the goalkeeper was a little bit off his line, decided to try and curl one into the top right corner.
Welcome.
Nicely controlled on the chest there by Tony Famacha as he works the ball back again. There's been a lot of key ball between Mohamed Ferrari and Brandon Marcel Schuderman, the 2 centre-backs. Just controlling the game. And here we go again on the right wing. It is Sharif with the ball over the top, looking to cut in. But Brunei's defender, Mohamed Hazik Nakudin bin Shamra, more than equal to the task this time around as it goes out for a goal kick. But it is all too easy, isn't it? That ball over the top to either the right wing or the left wing of Indonesia, and then they have a man on the overlap. And they have the numbers in attack every single time.
Saya tak tahu. Nanti liga saya tak tahu ikut dua ya.
So they do a rather short goal kick there by Narawan, allows Indonesia to retake possession.
Maksud saya tuh ngerjain skripsi itu apa udah bilang Pak Sof, kamu nggak ngerjain skripsi, ngerjain. Salah. Maksud aku, kamu udah ngerjain skripsi udah bilang Pak Sof. Dan good positioning.
Once again they break with Sharif on this right hand side, and it's the number 8 who goes
Last.
for the shot behind Ryan Hanan. Nice little build up there with the back heel. Indonesia with just so many chances in this opening 15 minutes here. Nice little back heel by Akram Fikri to set up Mohamed Rayhan Hanan. And Indonesia appealing for the corner there.
So sih juga timnas senior Jerevan.
Off the pitch, but it is going to be a
Nah, nama Marcelino itu nih. Marcelino benar. Gue jadi pemain inti gue. Grup mana para.
Not just Jens Raven, but Akram Fikri in the middle of the park as well. A real key midfielder for Indonesia. Play a bit of keep ball some more. Just looking for the right moment to pierce the defense of Brunei Darussalam. Looking for the gaps. Mohamed Rayhan Hanan passing it back to his cap.
Nobar.
And Captain Fantastic managing to find the ball all the way through to Raven. He sets up.
Kelas.
Poke
Blok.
the ball home in on a right-hand corner. Indonesia should be about 5 goals to the good right now. Raven unselfish. He sees that Reski is open in the centre. Reski just trying to toe poke it around the goalkeeper, but ultimately toe poking it around the goalpost as well. That really should have been goal number 3. So easy, isn't it? And I'm Ferrari there, just finding the free ball and setting up Indonesia. Attackers once more. Man down with Brunei Darussalam, Mohamed Aziz Nakudin bin Shamro. He's not a man that shows much emotion. It is the Indonesia manager, Gerald Vandenberg. And it's hard to tell, actually, isn't it, whether he'll be happy with the side performance so far, or perhaps a little bit peeved that they haven't taken more of their chances. 2-0 up. 6-0 up at this very early stage of proceedings. Every time, of course, there is a break in play, a time to take on some fluid profiles. It's actually 30 degrees in Jakarta at the moment, so very, very humid as well. And, any opportunity to review for this will be taken by both sides. The back on the ball once more. Brunei Darussalam just can't start anything at this point. Every time they try and break forward, it's intercepted by Indonesia, who play a bit of keep ball before looking for the ball over the top, as they have done once more. And out on the right wing, Mohamed Rayhan Hanan lays it in to Robbie Darwis, who sets up Fikri for the goal. What a goal that is from Fikri from outside the box. One touch, steps into it, and bangs it into the bottom right corner. Rayhan Hanan with the ball back to Robbie Darwis, who just looked behind him and saw that Fikri was lining up the shot. And he obliged. Fantastic goal. Although the goalkeeper would be wondering if perhaps he could have done a little bit better, because it was not quite into the corner, more into the centre of the goal where the goalkeeper was standing. But nevertheless, Indonesia 3 to the good, and it is that man I highlighted a little bit earlier on Akram Fikri, part of the team that reached the AFC Under-23 Asian Cup semi-finals last year. He has made 8 appearances for the senior Indonesia national team, so he knows exactly what it takes to get the highest level of international football. Plays for Arema FC, who finished 10th in the Indonesian Super League last year. So 20 minutes on the clock. Indonesia at home in front of their supporters at the Bongkano Stadium. 3 goals up against Brunei Darussalam. And you're wondering at this point what Brunei can really do differently. That will be the question that their coach is asking. We're not even halfway through the first half yet, and already they seem to have surrendered this result. A bit of keep ball between Indonesia once more. Mohamed Ryan Hanan knocking it back to Robbie Darwis. On to Akron Fikri, the goal scorer. Tony Firmansyah looking over to the left wing and finding Rahmat Arjuna Reski, who plays in Tony Pamangas. Is he going to hit one on the left foot? He is. Oh, the rebound almost tapped in by Jens Raven, who still has control of the ball, and blasted by Robbie Darwis. With the 1 point, like it did find the back of the net.
Robbie Darwis.
Side netting on the way out. Indonesia had the men in this attack, didn't they? Outnumbered the Brunei Darussalam defence. Brunei's captain Hafi there looking to knock the ball over, but Jens Raven the first to it. He's about twice his size. You can understand why. He was able to get his head on the ball. After that, the captain's gone down. Abdul Hafi bin Herman. Been asked by the referee to leave the pitch to get treatment, as the game will carry on with Brunei down to 10 men currently. And Akron Fikri has the ball in the center of the park once more. He's played in. Tries to square it to Jens Raven, but for once the keeper more than equal to it. It finds the glad hands of Mohammed Khairul Hisham bin Haj Noriwan. So many chances for Indonesia. They've been unable to really capitalize on a lot of those.
Nah, bangun wah cerdik om aku dah bro.
We'll be talking about double digits if all of these chances were converted. We're still only 23 minutes into the game. Mohamed Ferrari knocking it forward to Robbie Darwis, who passes it back.
Hello, welcome. Di like teman-teman. Tinggalkan like. Tinggalkan like.
Mohamed Ryan Hanan knocking it over to the left wing.
Harus didonasi mulai 1000 itu.
Rahmat Arjuna Reski leaves it for Donny Pamangas, the left back. Tony Firmansyah squaring it to Robbie Darwis, who gets the ball back once again. Ahmad Maulana Sharif involved in the build-up as well. So too Akron Fikri. Seems to be the centre of all things good for Indonesia in this match so far.
Press,
Fikri then losing out on this occasion as Brunei Darussalam get a rare opportunity to knock it forward. Reminder, of course, that Indonesia are looking to lift their second ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup. The first one they won.
Brunei di atas 91 tuh, cuy. 3-2.
They got so close in the last edition.
Cuma nganu tok, Malay.
Shootout to Vietnam after a 0-0 draw in the final in Thailand 2 years ago. Jens Raven leading it to Ahmad Maulana Sharif. And Robbie Darwis taking the throw-in for Indonesia. Back to Captain Fantastic, Mohamed Ferrari. Schönemann moving it forward. And once again, Indonesia find a man free on the overlap. He tries to find Jens Raven in the centre. But the ball a little bit too short. Nevertheless, they get possession back. It's so easy for Donny Pamangas. Tony Firmansyah back to Akron Fikri. Robbie Darwis to Fikri.
Oh, Robbie Darwis nganu, gadang.
It is just so easy for these two wingers, isn't it? On the right wing this time, Ahmad Maulana Sharif knocks it into the centre. Number 8, Mohamed Ryan Hanan with the left-footed shot. He's asking for a corner, asking for a deflection, but it's gone straight off the off his own boot, so it'll be a goal kick to Brunei.
Kenapa?
Did look like it took a little bit of nick of the Bruneian defender, but not seen by the referee. What's been impressive from Indonesia so far as well is the way that all the players seem to be interchanging as well. Even though they're a right back or a centre back, they find themselves in the centre of midfield. Going to treat Pamangas there, who's been responsible for a lot of charges up the left wing. Just falling back for a bit. As Brandon Marcel should have been 6 feet to touch. This is a Group A match, by the way. The winners of each of the 3 groups, plus the second place team with the best record at the end of the group stage, will progress through to the semi-finals, which we played on the 25th of July, and then the final will be held right here at the stadium, in the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium, on the 29th. Mohamed Irfan Abdul Mohamed Ikwan Chin with the throw-in.
Apa pertama-tama senonton City ra masalah. Senonton ora masalah kok. Konten tekan left, share. Waduh, nge-lag bosku.
Once again, it's also easy for Indonesia at the moment. Just cutting out possession. Nice turn though by Mohamed Abdul Rahman, the number 7. But Indonesia regain possession once more, composed on the ball. Brandon Marcel Schulman knocks it forward to Fikri. Mohamed Ryan Hanna on the ball right now as he knocks it back to Schulman. Finds Ahmad Sharif on the right side of the defence. Indonesia will build again down the right hand side. Robbie Darwis trying to find Mohamed Ryan Hanna, but cut out by the Bruneian defence. Call for a free kick there. Robbie Darwis finds Fikri in the middle of the park. Fikri and Raven interchanging. Robbie Darwis gets back on the ball, looking to score on the right wing, and of course it is that man, Ahmed Maulana Sharif, who is always free on the right hand side. Indonesia working things out to the left now. Donny Tree among us. Ferrari finding Famacha, who finds Sharif once again on the right hand side. Between himself and Ryan Hanna. And a ball over the top with the outside of the boot, looking. Indonesia's number 10, Akram Fikri, a nice break there. Sorry, by Indonesia's number 8, Mohamed Ryan Hanna.
Yan na ba yun? Nice. Magawa sa Tunisia na
Mentioned on the top that Brunei are looking to get their first point or points on the board. Third time they're taking part in the ASEAN Championship Nigeria Cup. Still haven't managed to win a match. They lost all 3 of their games, both in 2022 and 2023, and they look to be losing at least the opening game in the 2025 edition as well. Once more, Jens Raven looking to
Cool.
get on the ball, and he does.
Let's break.
He finds the top right corner for his hat-trick. 3 goals for Raven within the first 30 minutes as
Hat-trick!
4-0 up. What a start for the home side, and what a start in particular for that man, Jens Raven. Ball over the top by Ferrari. The number 23 defender behind Nasri Ayman bin Azman, just out-muscled by Raven, who is so much bigger than him in every aspect, and just a side foot into the top
Saya
right
kini
corner by
wicked
Raven.
ini
Chested
Kece
out,
Raven
made
sama
sure that he
Dokter
didn't get his right hand
10 dalam 10
involved.
pertandingan ya. Biar anak member.
What a start to proceedings for him. He is now the leading goal scorer.
Duelnya kalah.
Thus far.
Serasa doya ra. Dulu.
Of course, goal difference could prove to be very important indeed
Block.
when it comes to
Prestasi ya.
each group. So Indonesia
Pemain kita
looks
rata
so
kita
many
Thailand.
chances they can
Thailand,
in this match and take advantage
Filipin,
of, what's been a relatively
Malai, Vietnam,
by their opponents so far.
Singapura,
Islam will be looking to avoid being the winning
Singapura,
boys in this tournament as they were
Brunei,
in the past two
Timor
editions.
Leste,
They conceded
Myanmar,
11 goals in
Kamboja.
Cambodia and 12 goals in Thailand 2 years ago. They conceded 4 goals within the first half an hour of their appearance in this 2025 tournament in Indonesia. And when you do come up against
Sorry.
will
Ya,
most probably be
stream lah,
possible
itu
for the group. You want to take full advantage and score as many goals as you can to make sure you have a very healthy goal difference come the end of the group stage. Indonesia could, of course, if they build up a considerable margin,
Patrick!
decide to rest some of their key players, including Jens Graves, but no rest for him so far.
Masa tintai Raven gape anjing?
Just reminding
Anjing, tintai Raven gape, back shot. Cicila 11 anjing. Cicila 11 ra to.
so easy, long through by Robbie Darwis, finds a
Enggak to, ra ono offside to. True in lebaran dalam. Reza Ardiansyah ngopi we.
3 against 1, but when the one is Jens Raven, Raja Islam can't do much
Su.
about that.
Ngopi cuk, kiper cuk. Nah, tarkam ras semono deh.
Here, if you're the team in yellow, well, the answer seems to be just muck it right back to Indonesia to step up
Passing
proceedings
wae,
again.
passing. Rati press lah press. Boh, rotasi press ya.
Had the win at the knockdown.
Seru lah Vietnam anjing.
They seem to be at walking pace, Brunei. I understand why Indonesia are at walking pace, because they don't have a whole lot to do right now, but you'd expect the team in yellow to be trying to close down the opponents, trying to take advantage of perhaps some errors in possession and trying to attack on the counter, but nope. Jens Raven got the ball once more. A bit of a pull on the shirt seems to be the only way Brunei can try and stop that big man
Robbie
up front,
Davies.
but even that can't stop him. As the ball is worked over the top for Mohamed Raihan Hanan, the number 8. He finds the man on the overlap, Ahmad Balanda Sharif, who knocks it into the box for Jens Raven to try and score his 5th. Unable to find his head, but number 8. Wow, what a strike that is, Mohamed Raihan.
Adanya tembak kan. 3.
With his
Yes.
ball celebration, he knows exactly what he's
Yes.
doing towards the back of the net.
Kalah jauh.
He has found it. What a strike.
Beke terlalu buka kabel.
So many opportunities for
Lagi
him
press,
there,
Pak.
whether he wanted to try and
Senior
find
bodoh aja.
football from an Adjunabreski, perhaps he wanted to
Ah,
play
perkembangannya
against him, he decided to
pesat
take
Indonesia.
responsibility himself.
Biar apa itu tinggal lagi. Tadi punya uang kan?
Trying to
Punya dana kan? Lo kayak ke Indonesia kan gue.
space already
Brunei.
this first half. Brunei look like they're unwilling to even restart the match.
Ngapain rada
Restart the match
naturalisasi
from once more, but it is
anjing.
a 6-0 to Indonesia, 4 goals to Raven, 1 to Akam, and 1 to Hanan.
Sobe ora sih. Nah itu malah seru nih bola. Tak tukar
You wonder
semua.
if Indonesia might take this opportunity in the second half to perhaps rest some of their key
Indonesia
players,
betul,
Jens
betul.
Raven, Akram Fikri. The 3 points already assured, undoubtedly.
Tak tukar semua tuh.
10 minutes to go until half time.
Filipin.
Penny for Manchester knocking it back.
Malah bro.
Mentioned 84% to Brunei.
Filipin.
Look at those attempts as well. 19 attempts, 9 on target. Brunei.
Filipin.
Only one attempt to their name so far after 35 minutes, and that one off
Dorang
target
nak Filipin
as
cek.
well.
Engko Brunei jatuh dibantu-bantu karo Malaysia, dibantu-bantu karo Filipina.
And on the left is the left back, Donny Treatmangas, who finds many options in this Indonesian midfield who are open and willing to take the ball. This time it's worked back to the defense.
Jelas Thailand, jelas Thailand anjing.
A man
Jelas
free on the
Thailand.
other back, whether it's on the left wing or the right wing.
Ki Vietnam,
They just have so many opportunities.
jelas Thailand, jelas Vietnam.
It's Brunei in defense.
Indonesia kok. Filipin Malay.
And here we go again.
Dok
The man
mana
on the
gampang
right,
Filipin
Sharif,
Malay.
knocks the ball in, trying to find Raven. Instead, he finds Mohamed right under Hanan. Oh, fantastic play there by
Plus
Bobby
terus.
Norris. He looked like he lost the ball on a number of occasions.
Kurang muda, kurang tenang.
Just at the end there.
Kurang tenang wae.
And straight into the
Robi.
hands of Mohamed Farrell.
Tenang wae.
Imaginary one.
Lah saya diturunkan line utama lah.
The referee just bringing a halt to the proceedings.
Saya diturunkan line utama.
Brunei's goalkeeper seems to be a little bit tired at the moment, whether that's tired of fishing the ball out of the back of his net or an injury has befallen him. Perhaps we'll take a look here at exactly what happened to him. Perhaps they're just taking this opportunity to take a bit of a breather because it's been all-out assault on them so far. So this was the goal. Gets a swerve on the ball and curl away from Brunei's goalkeeper. Goes back on his feet once more. Brunei just taking a chance to hydrate themselves and perhaps take some words of encouragement or words of wisdom from their head coach, Aminuddin Juma. Although I'm not sure what you say to a team when they're 6-0 down within the first half. Definitely not more of the same, that's for sure. Hisham seems okay now, though. And as he knocks the ball forward, but once again, all Brunei's attempts have gone forward to met with the stoic Indonesia defence. Turning to Mancha. Finding Akram Fikri, who knocks the ball out to Donny Treatmangas. On the overlap, Rahmat Arjuna Reski. Pamangas charging his way through into the box. It finds 20 for Mancha. Knocked in by...
Ya bener kualitas timnas kok.
Able to find the willing head.
Nanti.
Arjuna going down here, calls for a penalty. Hard to see from that angle, but the penalty has been given. And yet, Evans Raven will step up, looking to score his 5th goal. Mohamed Afan Abdul Mohamed Ikwan Chin penalised. It looked like the ball bouncer just beat the head again by Rahmat Arjuna Reski, and he will second to it. So here we go then, an opportunity for Indonesia to go 7-0 up within the opening 40 minutes. Raven against Hisham.
Win trick.
Raven finds the bottom right corner to make it 5 goals for himself and 7 goals.
Itu 5 dewe.
Never in doubt, was it? Marchand was a couple of centimeters taller, he wouldn't have been able to reach that from where he was
Rola sih lo iso.
on the line. So Brady
Salusin.
his names has to Indonesia's 7. We're like 7-0 down. Their biggest defeat in men's football 2023 team was losing 11-0 against Syria on September the 9th, 2023. That was in Jordan during an AFC Under-23 Asian Cup qualifier. Well, they could be breaking that record by the end of this game. Record, not that they would want to. Many records people want to break, that certainly they would not want to in this opening game for them, the ASEAN Under-23 Championship. Brunei for once though with some time on the ball, trying to complete a triangle, but the last pass is unable to find Mohamed Danish, Shari, Mohamed Razni. Ryan Allen in the middle of the park, knocking it back to Bruno Marcel Schumann and working it out to the left-hand side. Indonesia, 20 attempts, only 10 of those on target, a 50% rate of on-target shots. So they don't. Double figures against this forward Brunei side, who seem to have no answers to what is posing out so far. Robbie Darwis is the right centre back, operating at right wing. There's so much space on that right side. He comes down to his teammate on the other side.
Ngantuk anjing.
Tamancha into Ryan Hana.
Sprint kalah, body task kalah,
Out to Robbie Darwis.
pemikiran kalah.
Sharif on the ball, the number 20.
Bojo gantai ya Brunei.
Now to Akram Fikri. That pivot in the centre of the park for Indonesia. As I said, the conditions will be quite hard to do, so reason Fikri should spend any time. Let's lock it back. Take your time. 3 points already guaranteed. Fikri back to Tamancha. We find Schumann on the left-hand side. It's now found its way to Reski, who knocks it back to Fikri. Tamancha getting involved. Fikri once more knocks it to Robbie Darwis. Akram Mala Sharif making the run on the overlap and then he's offside, so he's had to come a few steps back in play. Schumann on the ball once more to Tamancha. Familiar midfield trio, including Akram Fikri. Sharif does now have the ball now on the right-hand side. Robbie Darwis just knocking it back to his captain, Mohamed Ferraro. And they'll take their time on the ball with half-time fast approach. Wait to see how many minutes of added time. There have been too many stoppages. In fact, the most stoppages have been every time Brunei's goalkeeper has had to
Tongote. Wah, lawan Malaysia dihabisi kuwi, Cuk.
start another Brunei restart.
Untung presnya cepet ya.
Of the pitch. So it goes out on the right-hand side. Throw in for Brunei. Goal scorer there, Mohamed Ryan Hana, number 8. Brunei's captain is going to have quite a team talk at half-time. Abdul Hafiz. 2 added minutes at the end of this first half. I get the feeling Brunei would hope that 0 minutes were shown on the board, as though we're looking to just get back into the dressing room as quickly as possible and avoid potentially conceding more goals. We've got forward there, but nobody in yellow unable to get their head or their boot onto the ball, and Indonesia regain possession once more. It is just too easy for them in red at the moment. take advantage of any possession they have. But again, loose ball there forward. It was mopped up by Rob Davis. Decides to take a bit of a saunter down the right-hand side before cutting into Mohamed Ryan Hanan, who knocks it back to Ahmad Maulana Sharif. Akran Fikri on the ball, knocks it left. 23 for Mangas, back to 20 for Mansyah. And Indonesia might just see out this last additional time.
Masuk.
Well, the ball just managed to swerve with goodness and effect. It would have been pretty close. Raven did go on to score. But offside is the call. And Mohamed Azhar and Daniel bin Haj Mohamed Yusra will place the ball. Whether or not he has time to take the free kick, the referee will allow him to take that, but might just finds Abu Ahmed there, the number 7, but he's unable to keep it in play, and that is half time. In the second half. Right, find out. It's been all Indonesia in this opening first 45 minutes in front of their home fans. And Igor Bangkano Stadium. Yep. There's Raven, that man on his screens now, with 5 of the 7 goals. What a start for the home side, as they host their first game of the ASEAN Under-23 Championship. Mandiri Cup 2025, Indonesia 7, Brunei Darussalam nil at halftime.
Okay. Ngono pucuk.
It doesn't get much more one-sided than that, does it? 7-0 to Indonesia, 85% possession to Brunei Darussalam, 15%. Take you through the highlights from this first half. There have been many. If you're an Indonesian fan, starting with that one, the first goal for Jens Raven. Ryan Hanan with a cross into the centre, and Raven found himself free, unmarked. The goal. Oh, seeing Indonesia within the second minute of time.
Kamu
7 minutes later, Raven looking at the back of the net again. Sharon with the attempt, Robbie Darwis handing it back to the big man up top, and Raven finding the bottom right corner for his second goal. and Indonesia's second goal of the game. At this point, Indonesia was flying. And 10 minutes later, they would score their third goal. This time it wasn't Raven, but our kind of victory. Comes after an attempt by Raven here to score his hat-trick in the first 15 minutes. These chances Indonesia had to want to go back out and think, you know what, probably should have scored a few more in this first half. Particularly that one there by Robert Adriano-Resi. He really had the whole of the right-hand side of the goal, calling out his name, but poked it wide after a nice set up by the entry to turn goal scorer into assister. That would be, though, even Robbie Davis, the assist on that occasion. So 20 minutes gone. Indonesia were 3 up. That would become 4. On the 30th minute mark, Jens Raven scoring his hat-trick. Nice control there on the chest. Out-muscling Nasri, the Brunei defender. And finding top right corner. Hat-trick for Raven within 30 minutes. 4 goals for Indonesia. And that will be goal number 5 just a couple of minutes later. Once again, big man Jens Raven, right foot shot from the centre of the box. One right corner. 2 minutes later, it was high on the score sheet. A fantastic right foot shot from him outside the box. Top right corner, assisted by Tony Fletcher. And then that penalty, as you just saw, to Raven. 7-0 at half-time. Raven. 5 goals.
Hey Semarang Siders, hey Semarang Siders, here. Hey Semarang Siders.
apa langsung nggak usah banyak-banyak double link apa-apa, nggak usah guys. Jadi mending
Kok bisa ya ada perempuan tuh yang hatinya semua. Udah lama tuh.
hati sakit hati.
Dan gila. Katolik bilang siapa? Katolik siapa? Ini tak tahu donor harus. Ini mesti situ lah.
Ternyata kita udah tua ya guys. Tapi
Anda bersama sama-sama.
Kelas. Apa nih gua? Apa?
Anda bersama sama-sama.
Sesi. Data cek sesi. Data cek sumber. Bar. Sabar ya guys ya. Terus. Selamat guys.
Pesan WhatsApp 1.
Selamat guys.
Welcome back to the second half of Indonesia under 23 versus Brunei Darussalam under 23s. 7-0. As we begin proceedings in the second half, and Indonesia resuming where they left off. A number of substitutions, I will get to that shortly. But here is Indonesia.
Iku tuh utamake umpanke to.
Masih belum tiba. Brunei loading to make a rare attack down the left-hand side. But Ahmad and Sharif more than equal to it. So I did mention that with this rather commanding lead at half-time, Indonesia might be looking to rest the players, and they've done exactly that. Donny Tree Pamangas, Ahmed Raihan Khan, and Ahmed Fikri all going off at half-time, all being rested for future matches. Yanin Yafi, the man on the ball right now, the number 9, coming in as one of the 3 substitutes. Ian Craven looks to add to his tally with a nice shot on the turn. Firman Juliansha coming on, as well as Alkaf Indi Al-Rizki for Indonesia. Here's a look once more at Jens Raven. A great turn, but unable to make it goal number 6 for him. He is the only goal scorer left on the field after Mohamed Ryan Hanan and Akam Fikri, the other goal scorers for Indonesia, have departed at half-time.
Dan itu yang kelas. Semua kelas semua. 12.000. Ya Allah.
Robbie Darlis on the ball, knock it out to Ahmad Maulana Sharif. And here is one of the substitutes for Indonesia, the number 9 Gadan Yafi,
Berapa?
looking to make
Terus.
his mark on proceedings. Of course, this
Jangan
is a great
lupa.
opportunity in the second half for the substitutes to show their manager Gerald Vandenberg what they can do and perhaps secure themselves a starting berth for the second game of the tournament for the home side. Yafi back to Firmansyah. Frankie Dina Missa, also one of the new entries for Indonesia at halftime, the number 19 on the left back position. Kind of fantastic still stays there. Mohamed Ferrari though, he knocks it out to Missa on the left hand side, who tries to find Graham in the centre of the park, but well defended by the number 4 Mohamed Azhar Daniel bin Haj Mohamed Guzra for Brunei Darussalam. So cornered for Indonesia at the start of this second half. Then he looks rather beleaguered, doesn't he, the Bruneian goalkeeper Mohamed Khairul Hisham bin Haj Nuriwan. Doesn't really know what's hit him after the 7 goals in the first half. Here is number 16 for Indonesia. Altaf India Rizki trying to feed the ball into the box. Sharif getting his shot pulled quite a bit though. He manages to find some space to knock it in. A wild attempt at a bicycle kick there by Brandon Marcel Schumann. Defender finding himself up in the centre-back position looking for some acrobatics, and now he's run back as Brunei have a rare attack on goal. And he is pulled back actually there, the Bruneian attacker, the number 19, Mohamed Haziq Nakudin bin Shamra. Schumann trying to make his way back from playing centre forward to find his more usual position at centre-back, just pulling the Bruneian as and trying to find his way back into defence. So a rare opportunity here for Brunei to have an attack on goal. Mohamed Aliansyah
Welcome. Select down teman-teman.
saying that he wants 4 in the wall. It's going to be Brunei's number 11, Shafiq, who's standing over the ball to take this free kick. He goes direct. It's in good position to get the ball over and under. He does get it over the wall, but unable to get it under the crossbar. Perhaps he should have looked at playing in one of the attackers instead, but when you have so few chances on goal, I guess what you do when you just take it for yourself. Indonesia have had many chances on goal, haven't they? Leading the charge now on the right-hand side is Jangan Yafi. He moves the ball into the centre. Robbie Darlow is knocking it back to Shu.
Welcome.
And Indonesia will rework it from the back, although it's good to see Brunei putting pressure on Indonesia for once, and that pressure is paid off. Rather skewed by Indonesia's goalkeeper Mohamed Aliansyah. Down this right-hand side is Jangan Yafi. To Tharman Juliansyah. At half-time. Ferrari and Schumann really at the heart of defence, but also the heart of all the build-up of all of these goals so far. Team Fred. That familiar ball over the top, the diagonal from Indonesia this time finds Altaf Indi Al-Rizki. That's in front of the left, up to his right foot. Well kept by just adding some energy here on the left-hand side is Altaf Indi Al-Rizki. Nice nice little move, a little shimmy to get it into the centre, onto his right foot, unable to find the back of the net on that occasion. Here is Berman Juliancha, though not into Yadan. Yafi just over his head and a triple out for a goal kick to Brunei. You wonder what was said at half time by both. One, of course, infinitely handsome the other one. For Indonesia, manager Gerald van den Berg, more the same, I guess. Brunei making a substitution in the second half, 7 minutes into it. On will come Mohamed Azari Daniel bin Haji Mohamed Yusra in place of Mohamed Danish Shayari Mohamed Mazrani. So a swap in the centre of the park for Brunei. And what looked like a decent tackle, in fact. With this free kick. So we get a bit of ball, and of course taking it from behind is always frowned upon by the referee.
Assalamualaikum.
Tony Fletcher, good ball for Indonesia, no doubt. One of the type of up top will be in the same. It's his sixth goal of the night. Playing in outside Sharif. The right-hand post. Unable just to curl it around the keeper as it goes out for a Brunei goal kick, although whether that goal kick can be taken by Mohamed Parwil Hisham, we'll have to wait and see, because the Brunei keeper is down once more. I remember, of course, he went down in the first half and had to have treatment. It's not look comfortable at all, does it? So Brunei will have another opportunity here to take a look at their score goal. Mohamed Afan Abdullah. The first yellow card of the game. 55 minutes.
Ngelek anjing. Welcome. Lah kudune aku piye anjing?
And the fact that he's continuing to take a goal kick would imply that there seems to be no particular injury to his legs, at least. Decent elevation on that goal kick, but once again, Indonesia refined possession. Yadan Yafi finding Altan India risky on the left, although Brunei being able to sweep that one away, and Ferrari is going to mark up here at back for Indonesia.
Aku iso ngamuk sisa.
And Indonesia have possession once more. Bisa
Meiki.
changing
What
with
previous one,
Risky down at that left-hand side for the ball finds its way back to Tony Fletcher. Cut out by Brunei here, the number 19, Hazit Naikuddin bin Shamra. Out on the wing to Daniel Yusra. Comfortably held by Mohamed Aliansha. Reminder, of course, if you are just joining us, that this is the second of today's matches. This is the Group A clash between Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam. We're going to reach the three groups in this Nigeria Cup. Plus, the second place team with the best record at the end of the group stage will progress to the semi-finals. The first match of the tournament saw the Philippines under 23 beating Malaysia by 2 goals to nil.
Keluar langsung gol 12 sih.
Oju Bisong, Banatan netting both goals for the Philippines as they keep their campaign off with all 3 points. Malaysia would have been fancied to win that one, in fact, and they did have the lion's share of possession, but the Philippines managed to catch them twice on the counter-attack, both goals coming in the first half, thanks to Oju Bisong. So at the moment, Indonesia and the Philippines will be the two sides.
Ya maaf, nggak tahu.
In this group A, of course, Indonesia will top the group with a much superior goal difference. About 7. Such a cramp here for the Indonesian number 20, Ahmad Maulana Sharif. He's been making some great overlapping runs on the left wing.
Okay.
He does seem to be in a bit of discomfort. Cramp in the left leg, it
Kayaknya kita
seems.
jangan lewat situ, Rek.
Spread Marcel Sherman helps him out with some stretches. Tony Fermancha has been at the heart of all things good for Indonesia. So
Yang
far
ini
in this
yang
game.
Bukan.
Brunei will be happy though that 15 minutes in the second half. They'll have
Itu udah duluan ya?
any goals thus far. Didn't see 7 in the first half. Injury, everyone why it's so quiet. This was the free kick from Fermancha, who found Ahmad Maulana Sharif running in towards the right-hand post, but unable to convert that, as Indonesia will restart proceedings with a throw-in from Captain Mohamed Ferrari. Sporting to pass it back to Brunei, kick the ball out so that the Indonesian player could receive some attention. Although pressure exerted by Indonesia in the form of Firman Juliansyah, and they are on the break. It is Tony Fermancha knocking it into the centre, unable to find Jens Reynol, and the ball does come
Si Revan, alah,
out front, although 3 men
Ano Marcelino,
dispossessed.
Bandesnya 10-0 bu.
Not able to keep it in.
Kawan.
But Indonesia just reminding their opponents of their threat up front, and they do get reminded. Frankie Diana-Missa with the throw. Back to Rob Dawes, and Indonesia in front back. Brandon Schiller. Back to his keeper, Mohamed Aliansha. He did miss the first half. He missed 7 goals so far at this Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. No goals to speak of after 15 minutes in the second half. Although Indonesia will be looking to conserve some energy, there's no need to overexert themselves with the game already stitched up. Sherman and Ferraris, they have been doing all games amongst themselves.
Goal.
Here is Ravenberg, and he's managed to lob the working hit across the line. Yes, it did. Jens Raven gets his 6th
Sebenarnya lumayan juga, lumayan Brunei.
A sublime lob over the top of Mohamed Khairul Hisham being matched very winning goal for Brunei. Look at that.
Cicip kan?
Raven behind
Terus lah kena. Eksklusif.
Fantastic ball over the top there by Mohamed Ferrari, who was able to find Indonesia's top scorer in this tournament so far. And try as he named Mohamed Azrin Daniel bin Haj Mohamed Yusra unable to keep the ball out. So 8-0 to
gol bangsat.
7 coming in the first half. The 8th
6 gol. Bangsat.
20 minutes in this second half. 6 goals now.
6
for
gol.
Jens Raven, the 19-year-old.
Kelas.
In the Netherlands. He recently joined Bali United in the Indonesian Super League. 19 years old, it was only last year he was playing in the 2024 ASEAN Under-19 Boys Championship in Surabaya. He scored 4 goals in that tournament, including the only goal in the final match against Thailand to help Indonesia Under-19 Boys
Altan.
become champions
Enough.
in that tournament. And a year later, he's helping the Under-23 team look to become champions in the Mandiri Cup.
Yo no, bet lah babak keloro perlawanan.
Northern Netherlands officially obtaining Indonesian citizenship just over a year ago, on the 27th of June 2024. There is, of course, a massive Dutch contingent within this Indonesian setup. Not only just the under-23 level with Dutch manager Gerald Vandenberg, who played for the Netherlands when they won the Euro 1988 tournament, but of course in the senior setup as well, with Dutch legend Patrick Kluivert helming
Sekolah.
that senior national.
Kebunuhan lah. Narubar, tununa. Lalu, Allah narubar. Nasib.
So it's reaching the halfway point of this second half. As Yalan Yafi looks to get on the end of the ball. It's going to be a corner there for Indonesia as the big men from the back, including Brandon Sherman, make their way forward. Raven, 2 target men for the number 15, Firman Juliansyah, to find. He finds neither of them. He finds Yadan Yafi there, who manages to get the ball out to Robbie Dawes. Pressure from Brunei, but Indonesia will keep
Langsung long.
Tony Firmansyah knocking it back to the number 19, Dina Missa. Here is Juliansyah on the right wing, unable to find Raven. But the ball
Control
finds its
it.
way out to Altaf Indi Al-Rizki, the number 6 from outside the box. Robbie Dawes, the centre-back, having a shot on target, but kept out by the Brunei keeper, who hasn't been able to keep out a whole lot in this game so far, but he did a fine job in getting himself behind that one. But here is Jens Raven looking for goal number 7. Brunei, though, find a way out.
Meja sebelum main Indonesia,
Find a
weh.
way out. They have
Kalah ada lah.
the long ball right back to Mohamed Ali Ashraf. Goal for Indonesia, and Sherman will build Indonesia's attack.
Janjo.
Indonesia coming in down this right wing. The substitute Yadan Yafi interchanging with Rahmat Arjuna Reski. It finds its way out to Jens Raven.
Beda Raven dah tu.
To the bottom right corner, but deflected for a corner by Mohamed Azrin Daniel bin Haj Mohamed Yusra for Brunei. Here is that chance for Jens Raven. He did apologetically raise his hand to apologise for taking the shot on himself instead of passing it, but when you score 6 goals in a game so far, I think you've earned the right to have a shot at goal. Brunei man down again. It seems to be the away side who've been struggling the most with fitness issues so far. That is Mohamed Abdullah Mohamed Ikhwan Shin, the number 16 who's down on the ground for Brunei, Indonesian coach. What is smart about Gerald Vandenberg. His side 8-0 up.
Timor Leste.
Brunei seem to be struggling with fitness at the moment. They do have a couple of games as a warm-up to this tournament, as Indonesia look to make it 9-0. Ferrari there, knocking it out into touch. Brunei Darussalam, the M23 side, played an unofficial friendly against Kuching City FC a few days ago in Sarawak, losing 5-1, followed by another friendly this time against Brunei DPM, losing 4-1 that time around. So not ideal preparation coming into this match. A number of these players, though, on the subject of Brunei DPM, do apply their trade. That side, including right back Shafiq Safiuddin, Sharif. Keeping of course, used to compete in the Singapore Premier League, but they will be part of the Malaysian Super League next season.
Masalah kok.
They have a long storied history in Singapore, winning league titles in 2015 and 2019. They also lifted the Singapore League Cup 3 times. During their time in the Lions,
9 kalah.
they decided to be on the fastest speed and make a short trip across the causeway to play in the Malaysian Super League next season.
Kelas, iya. Ini cuma dulu.
Wafiq down for Brunei, who got the decision their way. Would have cost between himself and Altaf. Altaf judged to have just pulled the shirt of his opposite number, Wafiq there. Brunei really need to take advantage of any opportunity they have to get the ball into the opposition half. They will do that now. The ball in by the number 4.
Bertulah.
Aliansha down, keeper down, under the challenge of Brunei's
Block.
number 10.
Block.
Yeah, you can see there. That's good. Brunei's number 10, Mohamed Bazli, just slipping a foot out as Aliansha looked to kick the ball out. Indonesia on the break, Yafi unable to get on the end of that one. Mohamed Kairul Hisham running out to meet the ball. So a couple of yellow cards have been shown so far. And here's the Raven, who's been a bit quiet in this second half. He's calling for a handball. Not going to be given. Of course, he's scored 1 penalty so far this game. He's looking to potentially score a second. Rather wayward header there from Schunemann, although no danger for Aliansha. He knocks it out to the right wing. Good control there as Indonesia break forward once more. Radan Yafi is changing with Ferrari there at the back. And back out to Sharif. We did have a couple of issues with crowd actually, so you can understand why he's not fully pushing forward. He's leaving that to the likes of number 15, Ferman Juliansha, who cuts it back. Yafi. Good defending in the end there by Brunei.
Nang ketolo Jereven no. Lah kelasnya cuk, iki cuk
Goals. Just heading back to Sharif. And will take their time once again, build from the back with the likes of Schunemann and Famancha. To Sharif. Sharif now operating as more of a right back than a right wing. His right wing position taken by Juliancho on the ball once again. Manages to keep it in and knocks the ball back to Yafi. He went down under the challenge, but a fair challenge. And many calls from Indonesia for a penalty on that occasion. Seems like Brunei stopped playing for a second, looking for the wrist. That surely has to be a penalty.
Berplay gak sih? Berplay gak sih? Ngapain gue Gregor never play gak sih? Lah! Berplay is the best kok. Berplay gak sih? Ngelmarah lawannya yuk.
Let's take a look at that once more.
Just motor aja so good. Goblok. Apa ding? Sekuensi ini ding. Sekuensi ini Robi Darwis.
is the man down for
Tak super fair play anjing. Apa jegal weh?
Oh, in fact, that's his attempted goal right earlier on in the game. You don't need to take any risks here. Are there any concerns? Any possible legals? Just bring them off. The game's already won. There are plenty more games to come this game, so no need to risk any of the players at this point. Here is the possible penalty.
Apa jegal weh? Fair play ya.
One could argue that perhaps Robbie Darwis had lost possession of the ball before the tackle came in, but definitely worth a second look on that occasion. Frankie Missa on the left-hand side, knocking it back to Schiller, knocks it back to his captain, Mohamed Ferrari, who finds that spare man on the right wing, and Juliancho, who's really been at the centre of all things for Indonesia in the second half since coming on. So too, Yadan Yafi.
Sik sabar.
So Juliancho behind the ball for this corner for Indonesia. Finds Sherman at the near post, but Sherman blasting it high into the stands on that occasion. So 5 minutes gone, some more
Robbie Darwis.
substitutions. On comes Dominicus Dian.
Istiwaan.
Robbie Darwis, who went down under that challenge a few minutes ago. You can understand why he is the man to the bar. Blasting it high and left. One of the few bright spots.
Sabar ya guys, lagi kipas.
So Indonesia build from the back again. Free kick. Risky going down. Mancho on the ball. The number 7 back to Sherman. And back to Ferrari once more. Sharif, who's operating now as a right back, and keep that one under control. control, so it's throwing for Brunei Darussalam. Abdul Hafiz bin Harman, Brunei Darussalam, captain with the responsibility on that occasion, but it goes back to the Indonesian captain, Ahmad Ferrari. And a nice through ball there, although, oh dear, that is not good for Indonesia. It looks like Jens Raven has pulled up with a hamstring injury. Something is carved there, isn't he? But that is not good news after scoring 6 goals in your opening game. It looks like he's unable to continue. Meanwhile, we have a substitution for Brunei Darussalam. And will come Mohamed Danish Aiman bin Sahasrul. And it seems to be the captain who's coming off. Number 6, Abdul Hafiz bin Harman, who will pass the captain's armband to Mohamed Azrin. Meanwhile, for Indonesia, that is going to be a major concern. He has been so dominant in this opening game. He is their star forward. It looks like he's going to be unable to continue this game. With this being the start of the tournament, many more games still to come. How many more could he potentially miss? So you can see Ravens walked off there. Indonesia haven't brought a new man on yet, so they're down to 10 men as it stands. Game restarts with 10 minutes left on the clock. Indonesia will be readying a substitution to come off the break, and that is going to be a massive loss for them. Meanwhile, play continues on with Irfan with the throw in for Brunei. Charging down that right wing is Azari, unable to get it on that occasion. From the number 16 is throwing down. Well defended by Indonesia there. Firmansyah back to Frankie Dan Missa. And we'll start on the right hand side with Sharif, who knocks it forward to Dominic Christian Octavian Wibowo.
Ceravan serakot dari
Finds Juliansha cutting back against for Wibowo.
Kane fisiknya serakot.
Raven has in fact come back on the pitch, surprisingly, despite the fact that he pulled up short just a couple of minutes ago. Surprising that Indonesia would be taking the risk with him. With this game already dead and buried, but he will continue. Football is, on many occasions, not really knowing when to stop, so he seems to be moving okay. We'll keep an eye on him for the duration of this match as Ferrari knocks the ball back to his keeper, Mohamed Aliansha. In fact, one of the reasons why Jens Raven might have had to find his way back onto the pitch is because Indonesia have made 5 substitutions already. So we were to go off, then they would have no choice but to go down to 10 men. Here is Al-Rizki on the ball, back to Wabowo. Finds Bisa on this left-hand side, coming back to Wabowo. And Jens Raven
Position we kalah
seems
kok.
to be okay.
8-3 di 11. Main apa anjing?
Indonesia playing keep ball once again. Over the top by Ferrari, charging on the left-hand side is Nisa. Just able to
Kalau
get it out
Jerevan yang
of
biar.
their feet.
Ganti guys.
An opportunity there, but rather got stuck on the ball a little bit. And we've got more issues for Brunei. There is Raven, who seems to be telling the bench that he's okay. Brunei have had a lot of issues with players going down and crap. It is pretty humid out there, about 28, 29 degrees in terms of as well. With both sides not having fantastic preparation coming into this match, you can understand why perhaps they haven't got 100% fitness in their legs, and that's starting to show in the latter stages of this match. Substitutions becoming very important indeed. Brunei have run themselves ragged trying to contain this Indonesian attack, and particularly this man, Jens Raven, who has 6 goals to his name. 85% possession. 85% possession. 3 minutes so far. No, Raven's not right.
Takut Bayu Jerevan. Oh, lu pelatih jadi paksa. Terdebak.
The ball pulled out there despite the best efforts of Al-Rizki trying to keep it up. At this point, 8-0 up, you'd think they would just bring Raven on. There's no need to keep him on as an extra man. He can't move, potentially do more damage to himself, but he's still there at the centre half. As Irfan throws it in for Brunei. A reminder that Brunei's worst ever defeat was an 11-0 thrashing by Syria. September 2023 against the qualifier in Jordan. So far, they've avoided breaking that record. They still got 3 goals to go to match it. Brunei make another row of substitutions. Basli, who himself came on as a substitute, is now going off. Number 10,
Ngomong aja lanjut, ketik gue lanjut.
placed by Mohamed Al-Khalil.
Ketik gue lanjut.
Meskipun data pastinya sulit ditemukan karena tidak dipublikasikan secara terbuka oleh itu, kita bisa mengestimasi umum dari data besaran analis
So, 4 minutes left now,
konversi umum dari
plus
subscriber
added
memang
time
sekitar 0,1%
in this Group A clash.
dari total subscriber.
Indonesia
Kalau channel
and
punya
Brunei and Darussalam
perkiraannya
have been very controlled. They're tracking 8-0 to Indonesia, 28 attempts on the home side against 3 for Mendo, Brunei and Darussalam. This Group A, the first of 3 groups, take to the pitch in the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup. 10 teams divided into 3 groups. The first place teams in the 3 groups will automatically qualify for the semi-finals. and in addition to their second place team, who also qualified for the semi-finals.
Apa sih?
But Brunei have gone on to
Makasih yang udah member bro ya, makasih bro.
they will
Apakah kamu tahu
get
apakah
first
kamu
points on
tahu
the board
rencana guys?
over the course of this campaign featured in.
Bencana.
Jangan sih, jangan sih.
And we have another man down for Brunei.
Kata kod dulu membership kurang lebih 2 member kecil kod
Seems to be struggling with cramp in these hot and humid conditions.
karena sudah ngobrol sama meeting gambar sekarang ngobrol sama mesin.
Yafi asking the stretcher for his legal opponent.
Terus sudah nggak sih? Sudah.
Indonesia bench, those players who didn't come on
Yang bisa ngedit foto gambar muka
had the opportunity to witness the phenomenal performance for their side.
Nah itu udah masuk ya. Gimana caranya? Oh kudu kan dia harus sampai sini harus login anjing. Lalu kita kayak ngobrol ke PM mas tadi orang ikutin kayak orang ke bawah tuh. Jangan nanti kalau robot mau masih dia dikatain NPD sama.
It's going to be back to the drawing board
Saya NPD.
for Brunei after this week's for them to face Indonesia again.
NPD itu sih katanya
Their next match coming up on Friday against Malaysia. Lost 2-0 earlier on today to the Philippines. In the late game on Friday, 18th of July, we got 9 p.m.
Kebutuhan besar untuk dikabumi dan dipuji.
And up in the Al-Rizki, he finds number 19, Brady Bisa. But the judge to be offside, Jangan, the number 9. He's been energetic since he came on. Unable to find the back of the net open. This Swashi. There is Yafi. His touch goes and it got to be played on by the number 17 there for Brunei, Mohamed Azri, Daniel bin Haji, Mohamed Buzra.
Mana tahu guys? Apa sih?
They are in these games, so
Tapi ada hal penting, setiap orang bisa punya sifat narasi.
just a minute left now of normal time. There will be some additional time considering all the injuries
Ini adalah
and
kondisi klinis serius yang mempengaruhi fungsi sehari-hari dan hubungan
substitutions as well.
interpersonal secara signifikan.
Indonesia, I'm sure
Kita
they
coba kali 5 menit gitu. Bayar tuh bro.
down the clock now.
Kalau kamu merasa ada hal ini sulit mengendalikan perasaan besar tentang diri sendiri, sering merasa cemburu.
Sherman over the top, and once again the flag goes up against Jangan.
Ini apa tidak adil kan guys?
2 in a row now to number 9.
Kenapa sih enggak ya? Hubungan sosial
That was a
bermasalah.
little bit wrong. Still touch and go. We can understand why the linesman gave it.
Minta tolong enggak, gua ada kalian bro, viewer gua. Maka akan sangat baik jika kamu konsultasi dengan profesional kesehatan mental. Bisa banyak rekomendasi. Bisa rekomendasi apa yang bisa
3 minutes of additional time there.
rekomendasi
Signaled by the 4th official, Yun Man Hai of Vietnam.
jangan diganti nama CGPD aja, kenapa bulangannya sih?
Can Brunei get a consolation goal and still 1-1 on the score sheet for them? Against Raven,
Jere satu pleset piye. Jereven sakit ada dimainke full. Kada pincang lho Jereven lho. Dadi DMF lah. Pisikir dadi DMF lah. Wes nek kono wae stay nek kono itu bal syukur nek kono wes tuh.
whether it's community that's caused the crowd, you can see a little bit of tough over the course of this game. There's 2 matches played here back to back in succession, which is why it's starting to get a lot of trouble. Ferrari with a surge out of defense, finding Frankie Bisa on the left-hand side. Juliancha and back to Ferrari. Finds number 14, Waburu. Pulls down under the challenge and manages to stay on his feet. And play will go on despite another Brunei man down. They might have had a counter-attack opportunity there. Halted by what has been a very steadfast defense so far. He's say they're not just Brunei, and Indonesia watching whether they should
Fair play.
they will pull out. Stretcher has actually come on for the number 11. Shafiq has been down quite a bit actually. The 90 minutes, one of the few for Brunei who has seen out the duration of the game. Dominica's Dion Octavian Roa getting stuck in for Indonesia. We will resume with 30 seconds left of added time. There will of course probably a minute or so add on for that expected just there for the injury to Shafiq. As Hari will throw the ball back and play for Brunei. Who should be sportsman like this. There we go. Ball back. Just to a minute of additional time. Doesn't look like they have much impetus to score that ninth goal. In fact, they found goals a little bit harder in the second half.
Betul.
Only one goal scored in the second 45 compared to the 7 goals scored in the first half. It does tend to be like that sometimes, doesn't it? High scoring games. That is full time. From Singapore was proceedings from Indonesia in their opening game of the Asian Championship in 2025. 3 points on the board for both sides. Head coach, well, Gue bener-bener badan gue jadi It doesn't get much more one-sided than that, does it? 84% possession for Indonesia, 28 attempts, 14 of those on target. Look at that pass accuracy as well, 92%. 631 passes with Brunei's 55, less than 10% of the passes that Indonesia had. Their opponents, they had very little time on the ball, even when they did their own.
Kenapa di sini ya guys?
Create anything.
Lu masih bisa ungke lu. Lu bener-bener masih bisa ungke. Tiba-tiba ungke.
And also the goal scoring charts. This tournament thus far with 6 points. Second in the goal scoring charts.
Nggak tahu. Iya itu sih. Tiba-tiba ada monster banyak banget. Pertama-tama saya ucapkan bersyukur dan alhamdulillah karena kita aduh guys kalau lupa hilang kita perjuangan kita berarti sudah benar ya guys ya, sekali kalian menertawakan orang karena dapat apes. Yang pasti itu semua pemain sudah keras, terutama ekspor official swasta sudah keras banget. Dan guys kata dulu. Terima kasih. Waduh, you on fire. Dipecat. Jadi guys.
with his outing.
Aduh guys.
In fact, the midfield trio.
GG guys.
What do you think of went wrong out there? Yeah, in the first half three.
Aduh. Itu bukan karma lagi. Itu langsung instan bener-bener. Udah. Bebas. Halo. Rere nggak sih, Reng? Ya nggak sih? Tapi ya Rere. Nggak nih, bagus banget. Itu loh. Kalau belum pernah main, wah ini Rere. Next week. Next week ya. Berarti next week re guys ya. Oke. Pas banget Regi belum pernah main. Jadi pas banget. Moment of the moment guys. Kenapa jadi gue? Ya udah guys, itu untuk live stream. Gua DC dulu gak sih? DC guys.
Pasto.
Gamenya gua dulu kan. Oke guys.
Thank you ya guys. Jangan lupa like, comment, share,
Jadi
subscribe.
hari ini live nya segitu dulu guys. Ya cukup lah ya. Cukup menantang, cukup tahu karmanya gimana. Tapi hari ini live streaming cukup apa sih?